All right, good morning, everybody. It is finally that day. It is time for WWDC 2025. We've got about 3.5 hours until we actually have the event. But Apple makes this a week-long event, so I figured we could go ahead and make this a day of streaming and a day of just some fun here. So we'll be doing a little hype stream this morning right now, and then we will about 12, probably about 12:30. I'll go ahead and stop this stream, kind of get everything set up. Everything's pretty much ready to go, but get everything set up, probably give the mic a second to charge. I actually need to see if I can charge it and use it at the same time. I do have two mics just in case I do need to switch off or something like that. So I can do that if needed. So we've got that going. I'm going to put this on the charger real quick and see if it actually charges while I talk. All right, is it still okay? It's still working, so I believe it's charging. I don't know. I can't tell because it's the power light is on because it's plugged in, of course. But I'm just going to put this right here. How does the audio sound right there? I can turn it up a little bit, and we'll just see. I might just leave it plugged in for this, just so we have a nice charged mic for later during the actual event. And when we start doing beta stuff, I just got to be mindful of moving stuff around on my desk because it's sitting on the desk, so it's probably going to kind of hear it pick stuff up and stuff like that. We've got Preston in the chat. Everything looks to be working. I do have the screen capture set up, so we can switch over to that. This is my MacBook Pro right here. So that is working. So we've got that. So when it actually comes time to install the beta and everything like that, I've got that set up so I can actually install the beta on that computer, and we can see the full installation without having to stop the stream to reboot or anything like that, because I am streaming off of my Mac Mini. So I obviously can't install the beta there while at the same time streaming, because it's going to have to restart to do all that. So just trying to get this in the best possible spot here. There we go. So yeah, we've got that set up. I'll just go over some of the other stuff I have as well. I've got over here this screen, which is going to be where the beta is actually going to, my phone will be right there. So the beta install will actually happen. I can enlarge that if need be. I can get rid of the background and stuff like that and make that full screen. But for now, there's just some stuff sitting on my desk. I do have the Anchor charger. So all the Anchor chargers, I don't think I actually linked them in this one. Let me go ahead and put them in here. All the products I am using. We've got the Anchor Solix C200, which will be the power source for powering everything while we're installing the beta. So I'll plug everything into that just because I don't have a cord on that side of the desk. I do have my Anchor 165 watt power bank as well. And I can use that if need be. So I'm going to go ahead and put all that in there. And then of course we have my MacBook Air, 13-inch, that we are streaming with here. So I'm not streaming off the MacBook, I'm streaming off my Mac Mini, but the MacBook is what is going to be actually receiving the beta, so that's what we're going to install the beta on. Growing Journey, how's it going? Welcome in. Like I said, the schedule for this is I'm probably going to stay live on here, at least for a while, and do just kind of like a hype stream. We can answer some questions, we can chat, stuff like that. I've got the chat up on the side there, as you guys can see. So we'll run the chat, answer some questions, all that kind of stuff. I just want to really do this stream before the actual event starts, just to work out any bugs that we may have with anything. Make sure Streamlabs is running good. Make sure the internet is stable. Make sure the mic and everything is working. The video is doing good, so we're not having any issues there. So just want to make sure everything is good to go. I did have some issues with the capture card last night. I had to unplug and plug it back in and move some stuff around. So we'll have to just keep an eye on that. But I do have it up over here on my my MacBook Pro, so we can do all that. Do I have a? I don't think I have the screen where I can do. Yeah, the only thing I have is these two. So the chat on the side, if I switch scenes between something that has the chat on it, it will stay there. But if I switch to another scene, it will clear the chat out. So if it goes away, it'll come back with new messages. So just keep that in mind. How big of a redesign do I think we'll get for the Messages app? I don't know. I heard there's going to be some new features for the Messages app. So I think it just depends on what we see iOS wise. I'm going to pull up what's going on with the capture card here. Let me see if this is still working. Oh, okay. See, it was working until I started streaming. Don't worry, guys. The screen's going to be blank for a second. I'm just... Oh, I think it might be... Okay. This was working. I tested everything before I went live. Okay, there we go. Like I said, I tested everything before I went live, and everything was working just fine. So... we should see, let's see if, I think this is still up and running. Yeah, okay, so the Apple developer website is still up and running. So everything is still up there. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll get a pretty good redesign. The Messages app is supposed to have some new features and stuff like that coming. So I'm actually gonna hold on. I'm gonna go back to that scene real quick. I want to put the chat. Give me 1 second. I want to put the chat on this scene because I want to keep the chat. Let's see. What is full screen? Do I have 2 of those? Oh no, that's my other screen for my Okay, here, I think I know what I'm going to do. We don't need that. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm going to fix a couple things here on my Stream Deck. And we're going to make a new scene. We're just going to copy this one. Okay, it's going to switch to it. It's okay, it's going to be the same thing right now because we're going to get rid of this. And we're going to put the Elgato in there. I'm just going to make this one a little bigger so you guys can see it easier, but I want the chat to be visible. I know it's gonna be kind of hard to like read stuff on screen. I can make it bigger if need be, but I just want to kind of have that so you guys can see the chat on screen as well. Yeah, we do need to do a full iOS redesign. I think that's what we're going to get today. This is going to be the biggest redesign since iOS 7 is what everybody is rumoring. So hopefully that's what we get, because that's, I mean, everybody is really wanting to see a pretty major redesign. Yeah, I mean, I remember the big change. We got the control center. We got the, we went from the skeuomorphic design to the newer, how we have it now. And I think it's time for something new. In my opinion, I think it's time for a change, and I really want to see something new and just have it feel fresh. I've been using Android 16 on my my Pixel, and I really like that. I've been using One UI 7 and 8 on my Galaxy S25 Ultra. I really like that. Oh, and I might have something exciting coming to the channel too for Galaxy. I got a message on Instagram from the official Samsung account, and I entered a giveaway they were doing on their Galaxy live stream the other day, and it looks like I might have won a Galaxy S25 Edge. So we'll keep that, kind of not too certain until I actually get word from them, but it looks like that might be a possibility, that I might be getting an S25 Edge from them. So that'll be pretty cool. Back over here though, I'll switch back to this. We'll have the beta up right here, like I said. We'll be installing it on my iPhone. What is your daily driver, and what was your first phone? So my first smartphone was an iPhone 4S. My first phone, I don't even remember. It was a Samsung slider phone with a keyboard. As far as my daily driver, here lately for the past week, I have been using the Motorola Razr. This is the 2025 Razr. I've been using that. I've been using I have an alarm set on this phone. I just need to turn it off real quick. I've been using that for the past week because I was trying out the Clix keyboard. I have a Pixel. I haven't really used the Pixel day to day too much. I did use it for a couple days, but I don't use it as like a daily. That's kind of more just like playing around with custom ROMs and betas and stuff like that. As far as another device, I use my Galaxy S25 Ultra as a daily driver quite often. But right now, we're back on my 16 Pro Max. So I've got the 16 Pro Max right here. That's what I'm going to be installing the beta on. And, barring any major issues with the beta, that's going to be my my device for the foreseeable future. So I'll be running that as a daily with the beta on it. I'm not afraid to run the beta on my daily devices. I really haven't had too many issues with betas in the past. I do have a video, the last upload of my channel before the live stream is what to do, how to get your phone and your backups ready for the beta. So you might want to check that out if you plan on installing the beta today. And it's just got some helpful tips and tricks and stuff like that on there, on making sure you back up your device, making sure you don't lose your backup, and making sure you have just your device ready to go if you want to install the beta. So check that out. Like I said, last video on my channel, it'll get you ready for the beta. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I do have two other streams aside from this one set up today. So this one will run until right before WWDC actually goes live. Once it goes live, we'll switch over to the actual event stream. Now, that being said, I am not going to be streaming. I'm not going to be streaming, rebroadcasting, I guess I should say. I'm not going to be rebroadcasting the stream directly on here because Apple will copyright it. So I will just be reacting, and we'll have the chat up and stuff like that, kind of like we do now. And I can switch over and have, my computer over here so we can look at some stuff on like Mac rumors and stuff like that. And then we'll be using this Mac over here to install Mac OS, the beta of Mac OS, once it goes live. So we'll have that. We'll install it on my iPad, my Apple Watch, Apple Watch, iPhone, Mac. I do have an Apple TV. I'll install on the Apple TV as well, but I don't have that set up for any kind of streaming or anything like that. I might be able to point the camera over at my TV or something if you guys really want to see it, or if there's something really big, to show, we can do that. But right now, it looks like we have 3 hours and 22 minutes. I'm kind of just leaving this up here for the countdown right here. I don't think I can make it. I can't make the countdown any bigger, but we've got 3 hours and 22 minutes right now until the actual event starts. It starts at 1 p.m. Eastern. After the event ends, I will be switching over to the to my other live stream that I have set up, and that is going to be for installing the betas and stuff like that. So the beta installation will be in its own live stream, and the reason I do that is just because some people want to see the event and stuff like that, and then a lot of people want to come in after the event is over and watch the betas get installed. So just to keep that separate and keep that so people can watch the recording without having to watch through the whole entire Apple event, I'm just going to keep those separate, and that's usually what I do, and it works out pretty well. So can you guys let me know how the audio is? Does it sound too loud, too quiet? I have the mic on the charger right now on my desk, just so when the actual event starts, I can have a fully charged mic, because I'm using the DJI mic mini. So let me know how the audio sounds and everything. If it's too loud, too quiet, I can adjust the volume. And you guys might hear some bits of like silence and stuff like that. I am doing other stuff while we chat and wait for the event to start. So I am here. I will answer your comments, but there may be times where I kind of just pause and you know do some stuff in the background, like I said, while we wait. So you guys can comment anything like that. I'm just gonna have random screens going through on here. I'll have my face on here. Sometimes I'll have the other camera going. But like I said, this is kind of just a chat stream where we can kind of interact and everything before the event. All right, so sometimes the frames like to drop. I don't know exactly why. It should recover here in a couple minutes. So um, if it starts buffering or something like that for you guys, just give it a few minutes. It'll should catch back up. I don't know exactly what's going on with the upload speed here right now. Thank you, Preston, for the super chat. I have the alerts on. Did it? Oh, I think it popped up on there. Let's see. Where's the alert box? Yeah, I think it popped up. Can I replay it? Yep. Okay, sweet. The alert box is working. Awesome. Thank you, Preston, for the super chat. Like I said, super chats do get answered first. Um, and this will come into play more so when we are doing beta stuff and stuff like that, because people like to answer, or people like to ask the same question over and over and over again. You know, can you show me this? Can you show me that? Can you show me this? So once we go live with the beta thing, I'll set another super chat goal, and the super chat goals or the super chats um, get answered first, just because it's easier to keep up with. So, like I said, for some reason the internet likes to kind of cut out on the upload speed sometimes, um, but it looks like it has come back. So we are good to go there. Again, that's why I want to do this test stream, just to make sure everything is in good running order, and to make sure we have as few issues during the actual stream as possible. So, like I said, I am going to be here kind of on and off doing some other things. So if you see it on the other screen here, I'm kind of just using that as a placeholder with the chat pulled up so we can chat, and I'll be answering you guys' questions. So feel free to drop questions in the comments, chat amongst yourselves in the comments, doesn't really matter. And like I said, I'll answer stuff, and I'll be here. I might have the mic muted time to time, but I am still here watching the comments and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, just doing some stuff in the background while we do this pre-stream, pre-show stream, and then once the event is about to start, we'll switch on over to that stream for the live coverage, and beta installation will follow that. Like I said, I'll be installing on my iPad, my iPhone, my Apple Watch, my MacBook Air, and Apple TV all at the same time. I don't have my Apple TV hooked up to stream, but I can, if there's a big change or something worth actually showing, I can point the camera over. I have a big TV right over here, so I can point my camera over at it, and we can do it that way. So got the stuff up here. We have the keynote set to start here at 10 p.m. Pacific time, which is going to be 1 p.m. Eastern time. Like I said, I am not going to be restreaming, so I won't have the live broadcast playing on the stream because Apple will copyright it. I've done it before. I didn't actually do that before. I had it playing in the background on another monitor behind me before, and Apple still copyrighted did a copyright strike on it. So we can't do that. So just keep that in mind. If you want to watch the event, you can go to the Apple website, go to the Apple YouTube channel. It will be playing on there, and you can watch it while you watch this stream. Just have two tabs or something open, and there's going to be some other YouTubers and stuff like that streaming as well. So plenty of content to watch, but I will be doing beta installations live following the event. So make sure you subscribe to my channel for that. Everybody really loves that I do that, and we get a lot of interaction here. So yep, and it's on the Apple TV app as well. So if you have an Apple TV, you can stream it directly on your Apple TV with the Apple TV app. All right, so I was just looking. Nobody else is live yet. I know Brendan Butch is going to be doing a stream. He always does. But nobody else is live yet, so we're the first channel that I am subscribed to, at least, that is live streaming right now. So that's pretty cool. Does this have? Let's see. If I do that. I'm just gonna play a. Okay, no, there's no audio from that. I don't know why or how to get audio from the MacBook. I don't need to. I was just messing around with it while I wait. I don't know why I still have a. That must be old. It is. Okay, there we go. Or desktop thing. Why is it set on 67? I wonder if it's cold as butt. I don't know how my thermostat got it set to 66. I usually leave it between 70 and 72. Whew. And it looks like we're having some buffering issues again. I don't know. I just did a speed test and my speed is fine. So I don't know why YouTube's having issues. Yeah, I just checked on both computers. My computer's got a good connection, so whatever's going on with the buffering and stuff is on YouTube's end. So I don't know I don't know what's going on with that, but it worked. Works all the time, except for when I want to do, you know, big streams like this, and then it's like, oh no, I'm just gonna start acting a fool. Switch to this camera real quick and see how bad it lags. It's not me. It's not my connection. I just did a speed test, and my connection is normal. So I don't know what's going on. But it'll jump up and then it'll lose it. So I don't know. Okay, hold on, give me 1 second. If it cuts out, I'm gonna come right back. Okay, I changed the server that we're using. I think we were using a legacy one. I think that might have been the issue. I don't know, because I don't know where that setting even is, but it came up. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, no, it still says legacy, so I don't know what, not too sure. But it's working now, so we're going to hope it keeps working. And yeah, so I don't know why it does that. All right. So who is ready for WWDC? What's the feature everybody is most excited for? What is something that you want to see at WWDC today? iOS, macOS, iPadOS. Is there a specific feature that you are looking for in today's stream? And one thing we haven't gotten any mention of is hardware. I don't think we're going to see any hardware today. Um, usually we don't really get much in terms of hardware at WWDC. So I don't think we'll see much. Usually it has to be something pretty big that's going to affect like development and stuff like that. Like the Vision Pro when they're developing for like a whole new platform. So I don't think we'll see anything like that. Some people say that we might see some Home OS stuff, or maybe like a HomePod kind of update, but not too sure. So yeah, what's everybody looking forward to most? Put it in the comments. I'll move this. Let's see. Got Preston over here coming to support or two. Thank you, Preston. I need to move the alert box. No, I centered the alert box on the screen so it's... Let's see, let's replay that. Can't see it on that. Okay, I'm gonna replay it again, test it up here. There we go. Yep, 3 hours. I'm excited to see everything, but I'm also excited to get the beta installed and start playing with it. Like I really want to start testing things out. Who inspired me to make my channel? You know, I'm actually not really too sure because I've had my channel for since 2009, I think is when I started my channel, and it wasn't. I watched like people doing. I don't even know if vlogging was really a thing then, but I was just watching like random videos on YouTube, like when I was a kid, um, and like there were people like that was like when AdSense first like started and people were making money doing it, and I was like, oh, people just upload random crap. Like if you go back to like my very first videos, it's like videos like my dog and stuff. It wasn't like tech videos at first. And then I slowly kind of started doing tech videos, and then you know, tech's always something I've been interested in even before like YouTube and stuff like that. So um, I started doing videos on that, and I just kept going. So pretty cool. But I don't know, like I couldn't name like a specific um, like person or channel that got me to start one. I don't remember one in particular. I think it was just kind of uploading videos and sharing videos as a whole, and the fact that people could make money doing it. I don't really make that much money doing it. It's kind of like a side gig at this point, but um, you know, I get to do something fun and you know make some change doing it. So the revenue kind of offsets me. I get to play with tech and kind of have the cost offset in return. But I don't even really remember the first like tech channel I watched. Like I know one of my early ones would be like David DeFranco. I've been subscribed to him for a while. I mean, he used to do a bunch of like Apple content and stuff like that. I remember like when he was living with his family, his Christmas videos and that kind of stuff, and his just like really old like Apple unboxings and iPhone unboxings. I mean, I didn't really know much about like, so my first Apple product was, I had a Brandon Bush. Yeah, I'm subscribed to Brandon Bush. I mentioned him a few minutes ago. I said he's going to be doing a live stream as well. But yeah, I don't really remember like my first Apple product. So when I was in elementary school, we had at least for like my first half of elementary school, we had iMac G3s and iBooks. And I just thought the iMac G3 was like the coolest thing ever because we had like, you know, orange ones and blue ones and teal ones and all the different colors and stuff like that. And I just thought it was a really, really cool design. And something about it, I came home and I was like, man, I really want to have the same computer that we have at school, you know, like at home. And this was like when I was in probably like 3rd or 4th grade. And I went on eBay and my parents bought me a iMac G3 for, I don't remember how much it was on eBay. I think it was like a $25 bid. It was local, so it was like a local pickup. It wasn't even one that had to get shipped. And I got that, and I used that computer for a while. I actually used it for a while, and my first email address that I still use today was created on an iMac G3. I mean, that was probably, the iMac G3 came out in the late 90s. I think the one I had was like a 2000 or 2001. So, I mean, the computer when I had it was only, I mean, I moved in 2010. This is probably 2007, 2008, maybe a little earlier. The computer's probably like, it was less than 8 years old. It was probably 6 or 7 years old. So, I mean, it was still a pretty decent, like, usable computer back when I had it. Like I said, we had used them in school and stuff like that. And I still have a collection of 2 or 3 iMac G3s in the attic that work. At least they did when I put them in there. But that was my first kind of like Apple product or Apple experience, I guess you could say, that got me into Apple products. And then I had a iPod Shuffle. I still have it around here somewhere. That was my first new Apple product, was the iPod Shuffle, which, I mean, those things were like less than $100, I think. So, you know, nothing fancy. But then I got an iPod Touch for Christmas of 2009, the 2nd generation iPod Touch. And it's engraved. It says "Merry Christmas, Colin" on it, on the back. Still have that too. And then I think after the iPod Touch, yeah, I've done videos on them before, but I'll probably pull them back out here one day and do another video on them. I still have I have the 1st generation iPad. I have my iPod Touch 2nd generation. As far as the iMacs, I probably won't drag those out anytime soon because, like I said, they're in the attic. I do have an iBook. The iBook was just something I got from a scrap pile. It wasn't anything like one of my first computers or anything like that. The first actual Mac that I had was a 2009 MacBook Pro. What's the oldest iPhone I have? I have an iPhone 4S still. The iPhone 4S is the oldest iPhone I've used / owned. That was my first iPhone. I got the iPhone 4S in high school, freshman or junior year, I think. But yeah, I had the iPhone 4S. Then I got the 5S when it came out because the cool thing then was the fingerprint sensor, Touch ID. I had the 5S, and then I got a 6 Plus. I got the 6 Plus for graduation when I graduated high school. So I had two. I had the iPhone 4S and the iPhone 5S in high school, and then I got the iPhone 6 Plus when I graduated. And then I didn't get a 6S because that was back when I was still on a contract, so it was kind of like a 2-year upgrade cycle. I got the iPhone 7 Plus because I remember ordering the iPhone 7. I meant to buy the jet black one, the really sleek, cool color. Which now I'm glad I didn't because that color, it turns out it scratches super easy. But I meant to buy the jet black one, but I accidentally bought the space gray or whatever it was called. Um, so then I had the iPhone 7 Plus. After the 7 Plus, I got an 8. And I got the 8 while I was waiting for an iPhone 10 because I pre-ordered the iPhone 10, but it wasn't coming out until November. I wanted stuff to make videos on, so I got the iPhone 8. I did get an iPhone 10. When I got the iPhone 10, that was when I switched to my own phone plan. That was probably back in well, it was when the iPhone 10 came out. Because I got the iPhone 10 like a week after it released. Had the 10, and then I've pretty much had every iPhone since, or every generation since. Not every iPhone. Like I don't buy like each model like a 10, a 10, or sorry, a 10, a 10 plus, whatever they were, not 10 plus, 11. But I've upgraded pretty much every iPhone. So I think every iPhone since then, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I've had them. I trade in every year now. And then throughout there, I've had a couple random ones. Like I got a red, like a red 8 Plus. I think I had. There's a video of that on the channel, and I had two phones at the same time. Then it wasn't until here, in the past probably like 5 years, that I've had two phones. Usually it was just one iPhone, and that's all I had. But then once I got into making more videos and stuff like that, I started trying Androids, and then so now I'll keep an iPhone and a Samsung. Now I have the Razor. For PC, yeah, on your PC you have to use iTunes. On a Mac you have to use it just pops up in Finder. Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't be pop. Are you trying with your current iPhone or an old one? Maybe try a different cable. All right, give me a few minutes. I will be right back. I'm just going to leave it up on the screen so the chat's still there. But I'm going to run and grab my drink real quick, and then I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Had to grab a charger too because I forgot that I'm going to need one for installing WatchOS. So I just picked up this MagSafe. MagSafe one I had, I can charge my phone on it too if I need to, but it unfolds and it's got a watch charger on it. Even does AirPods. But we can use it for the watch charger. So grab that, just so we have that for the beta when it's time for that. just looking here at YouTube, there are 11,000 people already waiting on the stream just on YouTube alone for on the Apple channel. or up to 16,000 people waiting on the Apple YouTube channel for WWDC 25. Yeah, I just saw that it was up to 19,000. Jeez. Looks like Brandon Butch just started his live stream as well. I know a couple people were asking about that. All right, I am going to go ahead and end this stream and get everything charged up and ready to go. And about 12:30, 12:45 Eastern time, I will be live again for the actual Apple event starting. And then, like I said, after the Apple event, we will be live installing the betas on all my devices. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. The streams are already scheduled, so you can go ahead and set reminders for those. But in about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, I will be live again for WWDC 2025. Thanks for watching.